They're off. The 5 of them jumping away for the 2020 Betfair Chase. And Bristol De Mai has his grey head in front over Bells Hill as they come to the first, each jumping soundly. Twiston-Davies in the noseband, landing in third. Ahead of Lost in Translation, Robbie Power, Yellow Jacket, and Keeper Hill. And John Joe Neal Jr. last of the 5 as they slide under the judge with 2 circuits of the Haydock chase course ahead of them. Bristol De Mai and Bells Hill sharing the early front-running duties, tracked around the paddock bend by Twiston-Davies, and then Lost in Translation and Keeper Hill looking on from at last place. A long run between fences at 2 and 3, and they head towards the second. First of a line of 5 in the back straight. They run slightly downhill to it, and then this extended run to the third, at which point they'll have flattened out. Bristol De Mai racing on the far side of Bells Hill. Twiston-Davies right in behind. Lost in Translation hopping over neatly in 4th place, and then Keeper Hill. First 4 fences over in the Haydock back straight, all plain, just the open ditch, the last in the line. Bristol De Mai low and economical there. Keeper Hill at the back of the field was more cautious, has corrected himself going out over it. And they head towards the end of the first half mile or so. Bristol De Mai, Bells Hill jumping boldly on the near side, just shaded the advantage on landing there. Twiston-Davies stalking them from Lost in Translation, and then Keeper Hill. Here's fence 5. Bells Hill and Bristol De Mai as 1 from Twiston-Davies. Lost in Translation, Yellow Jacket in 4th, and then Keeper Hill. And now on towards the first of the open ditches. Bristol De Mai and Bells Hill jumping soundly. Likewise Twiston-Davies, Lost in Translation, perhaps not quite as fluent as the 3 ahead of him there, but nimble enough, just in advance of Keeper Hill, who remains at the tail. They leave the back straight for the first time. So Bristol De Mai, on his 4th appearance in the Betfair Chase, leading under regular pirate Daryl Jacob in the silks of Simon Manier and Isaac Suwaid, to Bells Hill and Ryan Mania on his first start for Sandy Thompson, the Armstrongs, and Lee Westwood. Twiston-Davies quite at this stage content to take a lead from the pair up ahead. Lost in Translation waited with in 4th, and then Keeper Hill, and they've less than 2 miles to travel, and they're all neatly enough over the first up the straight. On now towards another open ditch, fence 8. Bristol De Mai just being allowed to stride on now from Bells Hill on the right and Twiston-Davies on the left. Small break to Lost in Translation, and Keeper Hill just tickling the top on that occasion. So the next one, the 9th, brings them to the end of a circuit in the Betfair Chase. Bristol De Mai with ears flicking backwards and forwards, jumping soundly, and Bells Hill scarcely lifted a leg there, left his mark in the fence. He hit it halfway up. Did well to keep his feet and not really to break his stride pattern either. Twiston-Davies a close third. There's a little break to Lost in Translation. He's just had his mind made up for him there by Robbie Power. Robbie saw a stride a little way off there, just asked Lost in Translation to come up, and the gelding responded in 4th place. Keeper Hill a little adrift, 5 or 6 lengths further back. So one more circuit ahead of them. They've gone through halfway, and Bristol De Mai leading Bells Hill on the inner of Twiston-Davies. Lost in Translation and Keeper Hill heading towards the first of the fences across in the back straight once more. The 11th coming up to them. Bristol De Mai with Bells Hill racing on the near side of Twiston-Davies. Lost in Translation still about 4 lengths off those 3, and Keeper Hill remains at the back of the field, once again on the descent into the wings of this next plain fence. Bristol De Mai, Twiston-Davies, Bells Hill giving it plenty of daylight. Lost in Translation, and then Keeper Hill on towards fence 12. Bristol De Mai jumping assuredly, quickly from one side to the other. Lost in Translation, just a little bit low there, but is now moving up to come and share third with Bells Hill as Twiston-Davies stalks Bristol De Mai with a mile to travel. Last of those to land, Keeper Hill. And now the big three beginning to dominate as they go towards the penultimate fence on the far side. 6 from home, Bristol De Mai. From Clan des Obeaux, lost in translation, right in behind him, and a little gap now growing to Bells Hill, who's losing his position, and then Keeper Hill. So they go to the open ditch at the end of the back straight. Bristol De Mai, again, very neat, very accurate. Lost in translation, just a slight nod on landing, but a more significant one from Keeper Hill in 4th. Bells Hill is remote. Clan des Obeaux, meanwhile, sitting quietly in 2nd under Sam Twiston-Davies as they begin the swing for home. So the 3 of them who dominated the market here all have some sort of a chance as they head towards the last part of the turn. Lost in translation is the first one, however, to be ridden along by Robbie Power. Back in 3rd, and Bristol De Mai just asked a little bit more coming off the final part of the bend. Leads by a couple of lengths to Clan des Obeaux, and Lost in Translation now trying to bridge the gap. They close in on the 4th last. Bristol De Mai, spring heel, jumped it well. Clan des Obeaux inching closer. Lost in Translation looking held. He hasn't found much under pressure, and he's looking cooked now back in 3rd. And it looks to be a straight fight between the grey Bristol De Mai and Clan des Obeaux, who's breezing into it on the left. Here's the last of the ditches. Bristol De Mai by only 3 parts of a length. Daryl Jacob glances across to his left. He should have looked right because Sam Twiston-Davies has brought Clan des Obeaux on the near side, right alongside, heading towards the 2nd last in the Betfair Chase. Clan des Obeaux serves it up to Bristol De Mai, but the grey is plucky and he still just had the lead. And now Clan des Obeaux has to be ridden. They're miles clear of Lost in Translation, and it's Bristol De Mai who's pulled out a bit more, approaching the final fence, moving on. He jumps it well. He gets over it 4 clear from Clan des Obeaux, now running on instinct. They've got half a furlong to cover, and it's Bristol De Mai. Clan des Obeaux trying hard, but he isn't getting any closer, and it's the silver-coated king of Haydock, Bristol De Mai, who regains his Betfair crown. Clan des Obeaux in 2nd, a long break to Keeper Hill, who's scrapping it out for 3rd with Lost in Translation. Lost in Translation will just cling on to 3rd from Keeper Hill, and Bells Hill will be last to get round.